Dudley, very, very good to meet you.
And you too, Greg.
Very good to meet you, sir. Very smart. Maybe the smartest man at the whole exhibition. Could
One
you?
of the few people with a tie?
Yes, I think so, sir. Now, could you tell me, please, the name of the company and what it is that you do? I'd like to learn.
Okay, the company is called Ytron-Quadro UK Limited. The Ytron comes from a German company called Ytron Process Technology. The Quadro is Quadro Engineering, a Canadian company. And in 1984, when I decided to try to go out on my own, the bosses of those two companies had faith in me and allowed me to sell their products in the UK and Ireland and use their company names. This is our 40th anniversary this year, and we're still dealing with them and a few others. Not lots, but a few others.
And 40 years of successful trading.
Yes.
What's the secret of the success?
I don't know. I know customers have trust in me, but the last few years, it's been my family that have been doing all the selling. My son works for me, my grandson works for me, my daughter works for me. She holds all the purse strings, and I have a great chap called John, who came from another internationally known company as my MD, because I felt it was unfair to put the pressure of running a company on either of my children. And it's worked out. They all get on well together, and I couldn't be more delighted. I really couldn't.
Could you please explain the process, the machinery, the equipment to me, please?
I can. We've got a lot of it, but this one, Greg, you've actually used one of these. You went to Yeo Valley.
Oh, I love Yeo Valley.
Right, and you met Chris Coggins, and you mixed fruit into yogurt, and it was with an industrial version of one of these. It's a rotostator system that it pulls the material from the bottom, in top, through the head, and it's all thoroughly mixed within seconds. If you remember, it ran for what, 10 seconds, something like that, and it was all thoroughly mixed. And this is probably our biggest seller. We have some of these units that I sold in 1984 and are still in operation because they're just so well built. They have lots of, it's like Trigger's broom. You know, it's got the same handle, different brush, but it's the same unit. Same with these. You might have a new shaft, new bearings, new seals and everything, but it's the same unit.
The one that I saw at Yeo Valley was a darn sight bigger than this.
Oh, it was, yes. Yeah, this was one, a small 125 watt, like a domestic unit. That one was, I believe, 7.5 kilowatts, and it had to be raised up on a crane.
What is it about this particular piece of kit, do you think, that makes it so popular?
Because it does an efficient mixing action without doing any damage to the product, and it works very, very quickly. If you put, let's say you put some caramel in there, if you wanted to make something, let's say vinegar, malt vinegar, you wanted to make malt vinegar, and you put caramel in, it would go dark just like that. It's a very efficient method of doing. You can see these beads going up and down, very low speed. A conventional mixer goes round. It's called radial movement. This does axial movement.
And how is it working, please? And I'm not an engineer,
Okay.
or I'm not very good at stuff.
Believe it or not, I wasn't when I started. What you have inside here is a three-bladed rotor, like on a propeller. And that creates a radial movement, and the stator cage on the outside converts that to axial movement. So the radial movement going that way is suddenly pushed down, it comes down to the bottom and up to the top. And that's, if you look at the beads, that's exactly what they're doing.
And you've been selling and working with this piece of machinery for a long time. There's been a great deal of innovation in the industry. This has stood the test of time?
We're still selling these machines for all kinds of industries. It's the food, the pharmaceutical industry, the chemical industry. We could go to a supermarket and I could walk you through the rows and say, yeah, our equipment is used in part of the process for that product, for that product. There's no, I haven't found anything yet that it really can't do, that we've taken the inquiry and said, let's have a go at that, because if I don't think it'll work in the beginning, we don't try it. If I think it'll work, it normally does.
Would you mind me asking you how long you've been involved in this industry, please?
Since 1963.
How old are you, please, Dudley?
I was 81 on Friday.
And you have no plans to retire, I suppose?
I work a 3-day week now, and I'm happy doing that. And as long as I can be of benefit to the company, I'll carry on as long as they let me.
You must have seen lots of changes. That's not what I'm going to ask you. Lots of changes. Can you see major changes ahead in the industry or not? Will it remain the same, fundamentally?
No, it'll never remain the same. Things will always be moving forward. You can't stand still because you'll fall backwards. You've got to be moving forward.
I like that. I do like that. I'm a bit of an historian. You can pinpoint the decline of any empire at the point it stops expanding.
Yes, exactly.
I've really enjoyed talking to you.
I love meeting you, Greg. I love your programs, and quite a few of the programs or the factories you visited have our equipment in there, but that's the only one that I actually saw you working on it.
And I don't know whether it was your machine or it was their milk, because they've got their own herd of cows there.
They have.
But
yeah.
it was very fine yogurt indeed, Dudley.
Well, our equipment, our Z inline unit, is also, is also used in part of their process. I would say it's probably our best customer within the dairy industry, maybe in our all industries.
Something that caught my eye, you have bags of sweets
Yes.
on your stand.
Yes.
What's the thinking behind that?
It's 40th anniversary. That was my grandson's idea with that. He said, let's get some sweets, put them in bags and give them away. So help yourself, Greg.
These guys are good. They know how to make people happy. They churn yogurt, other products, and they hand out bags of sweets. Thank you, Dudley.
You're welcome, Greg.